All right, everybody, thank you. Tonight's the April meeting of the Rockland Park Department. It's April 5th. It's 6:30 p.m. The meeting will be myself, Chairman Rich Furlong, Joe Reese, Steve Murphy, and Peter Ewell on the telephone. This is being recorded for review later, and it's live on YouTube. So start the meeting. First thing, I sent out meeting minutes a couple weeks ago or last week, regards to the last two meetings for February and March. So I'd like to get a motion to accept the meeting minutes.
Motion to accept.
Motion by Joe. Steve's mic is off, but he seconded it. All those in favor? Everybody's but yes. The second thing on the agenda is field permit and scheduling. Just give everybody an update on what's been going on. As we know, high school is in their first session of the spring season. They're playing. The only thing they have going with us is football, and they'll be playing hopefully the next three Fridays. They'll be playing in the stadium, weather keep permitting. They've been lucky. There's no snow. No rain, so hopefully the fields will stay nice and they can get the next 3 games in. After that, we'll move into the second season of spring, and that gets a little more challenging. I've been working on scheduling with the different leagues because of the new school project. We lost the softball field, and youth softball has 4 teams. So they're going to have, we had to do a little scheduling to find them a field to use. So we worked that out with baseball, and we're sending one team to Spring Street and one team to Jefferson. So lacrosse is another issue. They're going to practice at Hartsuff, and they're going to play their games at Reed Street. Now, high school is going to be during the week, of course, but youth is going to be on Sundays. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully they're not too early in the morning. Baseball should be okay for everybody. And track will be all right. They'll be over on Reed Street where they normally are anyway. And so we're just working that all out. Schedule changes. I mean, the high school schedule changes every other week, I guess, because of different issues, which it always does this time of year. So we're working with that to keep everybody up to date and keep everybody informed. But we'll see. It's like I said, there's not a lot going on right now. Pete, I'm going to have Pete give the next good thing is field conditions. I'll let Pete talk about his scheduling and stuff like that, what he plans on, handling everything. And it all depends on weather. We know that. So, but other than that, field permits and scheduling, everybody's online. The youth plans on starting soon, this week or next week, getting out on the fields. High school won't be till the end of the month, so they've got a couple weeks of, nobody getting in the way, no conflicts. And then in May, high school will start, and we've got the schedule worked out, so hopefully it'll all fall into place and there won't be any problems. Field conditions and stuff, you want to give an update on that?
Yeah, girls varsity field is more than playable. We put the red turf down on that field this year because we had a couple pallets left over. That came out nice. Boys varsity field, the stadium, we put about 3 hours into it today and brought it up really nice. The one thing I'm worried about, just to throw it out there, is when we're edging, doing some final trimming, that sod really is not bonded yet. If you remember, we finished laying some of it, it was a couple of days before Thanksgiving, so I don't know if we're going to have an issue when football takes the field come Friday, but hopefully not. But we'll be ready to go. I have a demo coming out, so everybody knows, Wednesday on this robot paint machine. Supposedly Hanson bought into it for a couple machines. It paints a field in under an hour by itself. You've got to follow with paint, I think, but Bicentennial's in decent shape. We got to do some seeding, but I'm holding off another week until we get some steady temperatures of 40 or above at night. We're in decent shape. We've had a lucky spring so far, knock on wood, weather-wise. And we should be able to get football field grid in between Wednesday and Thursday. Well, we will get it in. Spring Street, we got a lot of work to do down there. Field 1's not too bad. Field 2's kind of a mess, a lot of weed. 3's not bad, 4 and 5, but same as we always got. We just got to weed them and fix them up. That's about it on the fields.
The soccer was down Eston last 2 weekends doing their work. They were spiking it and seeding it and getting their field ready to do it. And Eston always looks good anyway. That gets plenty of water with the little pond that's in Del Pratt Farm. It feeds right through there. So that field's looking in good shape. We don't do much for that, but cut it. They take care of it. With the sprinkler and they take care of their own fertilizer and stuff. So that's.
Hey, can I ask? Hey, Rich, what does that demo machine do? What does that demo machine do?
Lining. It's going to line the field. Go ahead, Pete.
You set it up, Steve. You program it in. It's a small unit. You program it into whether you're doing like I'm going to have the guy mark it out for girls lacrosse. You set it on the program it for whether it's girls lacrosse, boys football. Pretty much press go. The only thing I do not know about it is I imagine you've got to follow it around, or when it runs out of paint, I don't know if the thing comes back to you or what it is, but the only thing I do not know about is price wise. I haven't reached out to Hanson yet. I figured at this stage of the game, I'll just wait until I talk with Mike, the president or salesman of the company. I'll see him Wednesday when he comes out. But I did hear a price of like $20,000, so I'm not sure on that though. But you pretty much
the girls lacrosse. The girls lacrosse that you're going to demo. Where are you doing that?
Bicentennial.
Reed Street.
Okay. All right. I have visions of trying to do a demo and do the football field for a Friday game, and pessimistically thinking things can go wrong there. So, okay.
Yeah, no, lacrosse is over Reed Street. There's no lacrosse in the stadium. So that's just over Reed Street.
No, I get what Steve's saying because what's hot on the griddle is the football field in the stadium. But number one issue with that is the girls lacrosse. It's pretty technical, believe it or not, measuring that out. It's not as easy as painting the boys lacrosse or football. And the number two reason why I don't want them doing it is this machine is programmed to do, whether it's a full-size lacrosse or football. And if we put it on the football field, I would be afraid that if it was started in the wrong spot, or because our field is about an inch off on one side, and we do not need this robot thing going down and marking a white line that doesn't go directly under the field goal post. So I'd rather do the football field myself.
All right, next on the agenda, I threw the high school sports schedule on there, like I said earlier, and on the permits and scheduling. Season 1 is football. Spring season 1 is football, which is now. Season 2 is going to have lacrosse, track, and baseball and softball. Like I said, schedule changes every other week with them because of different issues with schools and stuff. So we're just going to keep up with the schedule. The boys, they're having JV and varsity. They're playing one day in the stadium, back to back, 4:00 JV, 6:30 varsity under the lights. We haven't heard anything from lacrosse because last year they did a lacrosse, basically the same thing. Girls in the varsity and boys varsity played in the stadium. We haven't heard any date on that. Graduation is the 4th of June, as of right now, and we have to figure out. They have to let us know if they want to do a date because the The boys lacrosse has 2 home dates. One's the 27th, but that's the day they have in their double varsity game in the stadium. And the next one's June 2nd. So if they're going to do their senior night for the lacrosse, it's going to have to be on the 2nd. So that's up to them to decide what date they want to do.
Rich, sorry, just to back up, did you say boys, JV, and varsity baseball?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't football.
No. 20. That's May 27th. That's May 27th. They're doing a 4 o'clock and 6:30. That's in May.
Right. I just want to make sure it wasn't football because I was told JV football would be playing away.
No. This is season 2. This is spring season 2. Baseball,
Okay.
softball, lacrosse. Lacrosse is going to practice at Hartsuff and play their games over the Reed Street, like we said. But we'll see. It's all, like I said, it's subject to change. And next month's meeting, we'll see how it starts out and how's everything going to go. The last thing on the agenda is the new school project. I know you guys, if you haven't and you've been up there, you've seen the fence that's up there. They we asked that we have access to the girls to the softball field, and they really didn't give us access to the girls softball field. They fenced it off, so we can't really get to it. The only way you can get to it is from coming in through the park, which, like I was saying earlier, creates an issue because now we got a lot of traffic on Linden Street, and they're flying up and down, and they're already getting calls on it. Here it is, day one back in school, and I'm already getting phone calls about the traffic going back there. People are picking their kids up in the parking lot so they don't have to meet at the front of the school or Taunton Ave or whatever. So we're going to have to look into that to see, if we can take care of that issue, get that taken care of. They kind of, moved it a little bit closer to the fence, a little bit closer to the Grove than I would like. I didn't hope it wasn't going to be that close. We got phone calls from the veterans on that already. And when they saw the fence go up. And like I said, they took over our area, our storage area, because they needed a place for their storage and their cars to park. So they kind of, and like we only saw the detailed fencing plan the week before it was going up. So we really didn't get much notice to talk to anybody. Plus the whole project's on hold from what I was told the end of last week, because 2 of the companies that bid for the general contractor's job are protesting the bid now. So now they got to work that out. So who knows how long this is going to throw us back. So.
On that subject, Rich, I need to kind of know, because I know it's only going to get worse, talking about the traffic coming in on Linden Street. I understand, like, girls softball approached me, the youth softball, about handicap and elderly, and that's actually the only way they're going to be able to get down to that field is drive down to the field through our road, through Linden Street. But I don't know how we're going to police any of this. Like you mentioned, that the kids get picked up or dropped off at school, and on top of it, and I voiced my opinion to the school department about, God forbid, some kids out there just running around playing or something, and a car comes wailing down there, and the kid gets hit or something. I don't know what we can do about it. I know the president of youth softball, said that he would be in charge of the gate. He has no problem opening it and closing it, but if he's also coaching the team on the field, I don't know how he's going to be able to do that.
But, yeah.
I don't know what we can do about it, but something's going to have to be done before something happens.
Right.
I don't know when we meet next, but
Why is this-
we're going to do it right now.
Why is this a problem all of a sudden? Is it because it's paved back there, or is it because other areas are now fenced off?
Because they're fenced off. We can't use the Memorial Park School and walk over to the field anymore. It's all fenced off.
I'm talking about for kids getting picked up from school. Why is it happening?
That is new. We've always had a few kids that walked over that way to go home, but we've never had, parents coming down here to meet them and stuff. That's new. That is a new issue. So that's something we're gonna have to try to look at and try to nip in the bud, get it cut off quick,
When the
basically,
school-
What,
When the school starts, all construction guys are gonna be going up and down that road. It's gonna be chaos.
they're not gonna be up and down our road. There's no access. They can't come in that way. They can't access anything. It'll be busy over on the school side, but our property, there shouldn't be any construction in there at all. There's nowhere for them to go.
No. The work is driving down to go into the old storage pen. That was discussed during a couple of meetings we had with the school project about them
Right,
being parked
but-
there.
But they're not coming in our property to do that.
They're
the
coming down.
construction workers, Joe, will be coming in our old lower entrance. That
Yeah.
gate is still gonna be there, but it has to be fenced off during construction, which I don't know when they'd be finishing during the day, but I know girls softball likes to be out there on the field, 4:30, 5 o'clock, and if they're still out there doing construction and running around, that's gonna have to be locked up.
Well, time will tell what's gonna happen, and we'll have to address it as it happens.
But there's no access to the pen from our property. It's all fenced off. The gate is over up by the
Oh, the-
Memorial Park.
The fence is
Park
all the way to
School.
the real field, right?
So the whole,
Yeah.
there shouldn't be anybody coming, there shouldn't be anybody on down on our stuff, Not that says it might not, they might try it, but right now it's not scheduled for that. So,
Well, they wouldn't be able to get out to the construction area if the construction workers.
no, I know, it's all fenced off. I know. They wouldn't be able to
I'm
get
not
in.
worried about that. I'm just worried about anybody going down there, whether it's elderly, whoever, and there's some kids out there mulling around playing in the groves because the entire area is fenced off. There's nowhere left for these kids.
No, I know.
That's
I know.
my main concern.
But, it's something that we're gonna have to look at, we're gonna have to watch and try to get it addressed, that's all. I know, Peter, you had said that, the police had mentioned concerns too, because once we lock our gate, they can't get in there at all now. They can't, there's no access to any of that area, the groves, any of that,
Yeah, and we're already finding things dumped in our dumpsters. I know that's a kind of a small item. I mean, we'll chain the dumpsters up. It's just a lot more time for us, but I don't know.
Right.
It's going to be an issue. I know that.
We're just gonna have to, work in progress, and we'll have to make adjustments and try to get it taken care of as it happens. As something comes up, we'll have to address it and try to take care of it. That's all. So, and that's about it. I mean, like I said, all the sports are getting running, youth sports, high school still running. That's about it. I don't think there's, nothing much. I think we covered everything. Pete, anything that we didn't bring you want to talk about?
No, well, the garage,
Oh, yeah, you can give an update on that.
so now we're ready to get it sheetrocked, and we're almost there,
Okay. Did they inspect it today? Did Rubel come in and inspect it?
He did. It's all signed off.
Oh,
The
good.
rough.
Okay, good. All right, good. Sounds good. So,
Rich, did you get my email that I sent out?
yeah, but there was nothing attached to it.
Do you want to
Oh,
address
okay.
that or later?
No, we really can't because it's not on the agenda. Well,
It's new business.
yeah, we don't have any new business. We don't have new business list. You can't put anything on new business unless you list it. So,
Okay.
but
Oh.
that's something we can just do anyway. It's, we'll
Well,
talk
I
to
didn't want to do it without you guys,
Yeah.
okaying it.
so we can, we could bring it up under field conditions if you want. We'll put it under field conditions,
Okay,
so if you want to go ahead and, present it, go ahead.
sorry that it didn't have the attachment. a while back, I got a price on the netting for the stadium and for the padding out along the high school. We already addressed the padding. That was way out of our realm of money. That was over $20,000 to replace that, but the netting is $1,780 to replace the netting, the safety netting for baseball and whatever else is being used up there. It's basically baseball, I guess. So I was wondering if you wanted to go through with that and get that netting. That netting's all dry rotted and baseballs are going through it.
Is
Pete,
it 1,780, Joe?
What was that, Pete?
1,780 or?
Yes.
Yes.
It comes down to $300 a panel. I believe there was 6 panels.
Yeah.
Six or 8 panels.
What do you think, Pete?
Must have been 6.
Oh, I mean, we've all seen the netting. It's definitely old. It's not brittle to the point where it's real bad, but it's, we're better off catching it now where the stadium was just repainted and everything. We got new netting up there to look a lot nicer, never mind being safer.
All right. So, Joe, you want to make the motion?
Make a motion to approve the netting, replacing the netting up at the stadium for $1,780.
Just not to exceed 2,000, Joe.
Not to exceed what, 2,000? Oh,
Yeah,
$2,000.
That way, if it's gone up,
No, I got a new invoice after I sent out the one to you guys, but I guess it didn't go. I
Okay.
talked to him right after I sent out the email. It's
Okay.
$1,780. That's with tax and everything.
Okay.
Shipped.
All right. Steve?
So I assume we have funding for that. You're gonna take it out of materials?
Materials
Yeah.
are maintenance.
Funding for that?
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
money. We got money in the budget. All right.
Okay.
All those in favor?
All right, I'll
Okay,
second that.
Steve second. All those in favor? All right. Okay. All right, Pete. So we can get working on that in the next couple weeks before
Yeah.
the season starts. But other than that, anything else? All right. I think I'm not 100% sure. I think our next meeting. Let me look at my calendar here. The phone. I'm not 100% because I don't have it in front of me, but the next meeting is May 3rd, and I think that might be town meeting night. So if that's the case, we'll go with I'll move it. We'll post it and go to the 10th, May 10th. We'll do town meeting on the 3rd, and then I'll post it for either the 4th or the 10th, whatever you guys want to do. You want to go the next night, or you want to go to 10th, in case something's coming up. If something comes up between now and then, we can have a date. So you let me know what you want to do, whether you go the 4th or the 10th, and we'll go from there.
Could you
Whatever.
go before
What, Joe? Pete?
could we go before the town meeting?
Well, yeah, but you can't meet anybody. You can't meet anywhere to do it.
No, we'd still be Zooming, but what I'm saying is, can we Zoom before the town meeting?
No, because you got to be up. We're gonna have to be at town meeting by 6:30, 7 o'clock. And everyone's gonna have to rush out of their house to go to the town meeting.
Okay.
So we'll just pick another night and either do it on Tuesday the 4th, or I would just go to 10th. I'd go to the following Monday, because God forbid something happens and they go to next night, the 4th, for the meeting, which I hope doesn't happen. We can we'll push it to the 10th and go from there.
I'm open to any date.
Yeah, I got nothing going on right now anyway, so. But, all right, if no one else has anything else, we'll adjourn the meeting at 6:55, and everybody have a good night.
Motion
All
to
right.
adjourn.
Okay, motion
Second.
to adjourn. All
Second.
said, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. WRPS, you all done?